before midnight tonight, Archangel Michael has a message about someone you love. They lied to protect you. But watch this immediately. Before midnight strikes, heaven interrupts time, and this interruption is not random. It is holy. It is ordained. It is not coincidence that your spirit was led to this moment, to this message, to this divine transmission carried by Archangel Michael himself. This isn't another whisper in the noise of the world. This is the voice of heaven pushing through the veil, piercing through delay, and landing directly in the territory of your soul. Heed these words, child of the Most High. Heaven is not distant. It is active. It is intentional. And tonight, yes, before the stroke of midnight, something must be known. Something must be revealed. Something has been hovering above you, cloaked in love, wrapped in the illusion of safety, but no longer can it stay hidden. Someone close, someone dear, someone tethered to your journey has concealed a truth. They did not do it to deceive. They did it to shield. But now, the shield has turned into a veil, and you, awakened soul, can no longer move forward blindly. This message will not resonate with everyone, but for the awakened, for the chosen. This is divine alignment. If your soul has been restless, if your dreams have been disturbed, if you felt the tug of something just beneath the surface, then this message is yours. Heaven has hand-selected this moment for you. The angels are already surrounding you. They have hovered close, guarding you until the moment your ears would be ready, your heart would be open, and your discernment would be sharp. That moment is now. Michael has drawn close, not just in proximity, but in power. He has come with a sword, not to destroy, but to divide truth from confusion, light from shadow. The person you loved did not lie to betray. They lied to preserve something they believe you were not yet ready to hold. But now, heaven says you are ready. Now, you must be still. Now, you must be alert. Now, you must open your spiritual ears, for spirit requires silence before revelation. The noise of the world will try to distract you. The fears of your mind will try to deny this moment. But your soul knows. It has always known. What is coming cannot be stopped, only prepared for. And that is why this message reaches you before midnight. Because midnight is not just a time, it is a spiritual threshold. And as the clock ticks, the veil thins. What was once hidden will be revealed. But what once whispered will now roar. Heaven speaks before deception writes your story, and Michael stands ready to intercept the lie's long shadow. The silence that once served you now endangers your clarity. You were shielded for a season, but truth is the sword that must now guide your steps. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. This is not about betrayal, it's about divine interruption. The divine is ready. Are you? Type I am ready for truth in the comments if this message stirs your spirit. Blessing code 1212 is unlocking heavenly discernment over you now. Michael has been dispatched with divine urgency. The spirit realm does not act without purpose, and when Archangel Michael is dispatched, it is never casual. It is never delayed. It is never by chance. This is divine urgency. This is celestial alignment. This is heaven knocking on the door of your discernment. The moment your spirit locked eyes with this message, your atmosphere began to shift. You may not see it yet, but the angels have already begun rearranging the terrain around you. The silence you've endured has not been in vain. It had been a womb for wisdom, a cocoon for revelation. And now, Archangel Michael arrives not to comfort, but to awaken. Someone you love, someone whose name has passed through your prayers, has wrapped a lie in the cloth of protection. They did not do it from malice. No, child. This was a lie birthed in their fear and cloaked in affection. But the time has come. What once shielded your heart now hinders your destiny. And before midnight, the truth must meet your spirit like fire meets dry wood. It must ignite the part of you that's been too patient, too trusting, too still. You were covered for a time, but now the covering must come off. You feel it. That pull inside your chest. That stirring that no logic can calm. That's the whisper of the divine. That's the breath of heaven pushing you toward clarity. There is no chaos in what's happening. This is sacred timing. Your divine appointment with revelation has been scheduled before the foundations of the earth. Heaven is not just watching, it is orchestrating. Every delay, every discomfort, every unanswered prayer, it's all been calculated by the hands of the Eternal to prepare you for this moment of unveiling. If you are seeing this now, you are not behind. You are not late. You are heaven's intended recipient. This message has been encoded into your path, and now the seal is breaking. What you're about to see, what you're about to feel, what you're about to know, it will demand your courage, but it will birth your clarity. So silence your mind. Still your emotions. Heaven is speaking, and this isn't ordinary noise. This is the voice that shatters strongholds. This is the command that redirects destinies. This is holy. This is now. Someone's silence, someone's protection, someone's unfinished sentence has become your spiritual battleground. But the war ends tonight. The delay ends tonight. The pretending ends tonight. Michael says, you were shielded. You were kept. You were protected. But now, your spirit needs truth more than your heart needs comfort. Get ready. Stand up in your soul. Truth is coming, not to harm you, but to hand you the keys to the next realm of your purpose. The scroll is unrolling. The seals are opening. The divine has spoken. Type I am chosen for truth in the comments if this message is yours. Blessing code 777 is encircling your home with divine clarity now. You've noticed their eyes linger too long lately. You're something they're not saying, and your spirit already knows it. Their eyes can't lie the way their lips can. Their gestures are careful, but not careful enough. You've seen it. You felt it. That shift in their energy. That hesitation when truth knocks at the door of conversation. The pause before they speak. The softness in their voice when they think you won't hear what they are hiding. That isn't paranoia. That isn't overthinking. That is prophecy. You are not imagining things. The ache you feel isn't confusion. It's spiritual detection. Your discernment is sharpening. Your intuition is catching what their silence hoped to smother. There are words they cannot speak without trembling. There is a story they buried, hoping time would dissolve it. But what is buried in silence eventually erupts in spirit. And now, heaven says, it's time. The lie, yes, the one you've sensed but could but name, was not born in cruelty. It was born in a desperate love. A love that underestimated who you are now. They lied to protect a version of you that no longer exists. You have evolved. You have matured. You have transformed through fire and shadow. You are no longer fragile. You are no longer easily broken. But they haven't caught up to that truth yet. Your silence has not evolved with your strength. And now the spirit stirs. Now the hidden becomes the hunted. Now the divine begins to dig up what's been rotting beneath the surface of your relationship. This isn't about vengeance. This is about vision. You need to see what they've been afraid to show. Because without that clarity, your steps remain hesitant, your power remains throttled, your destiny remains delayed. Michael says, the time of guessing is over. Heaven is not the author of confusion. A tightness in your chest is not anxiety. It is divine pressure. It is the Holy Spirit nudging you toward confrontation, toward recognition, toward awakening. You were not made to carry other people's secrets at the expense of your peace. You were not anointed to be left in the dark. What you feel is valid. What you sense is real. You were made to question, and now it is time. Do not be afraid of what you will find. Do not be afraid of who they become when the truth is finally spoken. Their confession may come with tears. Your honesty may tremble, but your spirit will not collapse. You are not stepping into this blind. You are stepping into it covered by truth, covered by Michael, covered by divine insight. So brace yourself, but not in fear. Brace yourself in faith. You were always meant to carry this. You were always meant to rise from this. And what has been concealed is about to come into the light. You will not be destroyed by this revelation. You will be delivered through it. If this message resonates, consider showing your support through super thanks, super chat, or super stickers. Even a $10 gift helps keep this message alive and reaching others. Your support truly means everything. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated around you. This is a betrayal. This is a divine assignment. What if I told you this wasn't betrayal, but a divine detour? What if the pain you feel isn't punishment, but preparation? Heaven does not waste pain. Heaven does not permit shadows without aligning light. Archangel Michael speaks now, not to comfort your emotions, but to elevate your understanding. The silence you've endured, the confusion that's crept in, the long nights of wondering why, they were all part of heaven's hidden curriculum. The one who lied didn't betray your heart. They participated in your assignment. God permitted the silence, not to leave you lost, but to grow your discernment. Had you known everything too soon, you would have misused the truth. You would have reacted from brokenness instead of responding from wholeness. You would have clung to pieces instead of walking in purpose. Heaven didn't keep truth from you. It kept you from collapsing under a weight you weren't yet trained to carry. This was never about deception. This was about your development. Every delay you faced was a spiritual classroom. Every unanswered question was a test in spiritual resilience. You've been learning, not just facts but faith. Not just knowledge but divine wisdom. The silence wasn't a void. It was a vessel. And now that vessel is full, now that your spirit is mature, heaven opens the scroll. Michael whispers this is spiritual warfare, not drama. This is more than emotions, this is elevation. Your discernment is no longer optional. It is your weapon. Stillness is not weakness. It is your unsheathed sword. The world told you to react. Heaven trained you to respond. The world said strike back. Heaven says stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. What's happening now is divine exposure. It's not meant to destroy the relationship. It's meant to purify it. It's not meant to cancel your path. It's meant to clarify your direction. God does not allow fire unless something precious is being forged. And what you're becoming now, through the furnace of confusion, through the heat of hidden truths? Is someone dangerous to the enemy's kingdom? The silence that used to frustrate you was your spiritual training ground. You've learned how to hear without sound. You've learned how to see beyond appearances. You've learned how to feel heaven's frequency through closed doors. What you thought was abandonment was heaven arming you, in secret, in silence, in sanctified solitude. And now Michael says, how you respond now will write your next scroll. The angels are watching. The Spirit is recording. The next chapter of your journey is not being formed in chaos. It is being authored through clarity. The lie is a prop. The silence is a stage. And you, chosen one, are about to walk into your divine unveiling. So don't lash out. Don't retreat. Stand. Let heaven handle what your hands can't. Let God balance what your soul can't comprehend. Because this is a betrayal. This is a holy setup. And your response will echo in eternity. Type I am still and strong in the comments if you are ready for clarity. Blessing code 1444 is surrounding your discernment right now. In the next 72 hours, a truth bomb will drop. You can feel it. The spiritual tension. The stirring beneath the surface. It's not in your mind. It's in the realm of heaven. Michael speaks again, and this time, his tone is fire. Hear this with the gravity it demands. In the next 72 hours, a truth bomb will drop. What's been whispered in corridors will thunder in the open. What's been hidden behind cautious glances and selective silence will now shatter the stillness of your world. Not all hearts will survive what's about to unfold. This is not light work. This is spiritual surgery. The lie that was planted in fear is about to be unearthed. The person who lied is already wrestling with their own soul. They can feel the confrontation rising. Their sleep is troubled. Their words are cautious. They know that heaven is unmasking what they've tried to bury. And they are preparing, whether consciously or not, for the moment it all comes out. Michael declares with divine certainty, brace your spirit. Do not collapse inward. Do not run to comfort when confrontation is the assignment. The next 72 hours are spiritually charged. This is not just about the truth. It's about your posture. It's about your preparedness. It's about your faith in action. You are not meant to be surprised. You are meant to be stationed. Yes, their motive was love. But their silence has delayed glory. It has paused progress. And now, heaven presses play. The divine command is moving. The revelation is on its way. And your peace may tremble. Your emotions may quake. But your purpose will remain immovable. You will not be destroyed by this disruption. You will be defined through it. Watch the signs. Pay attention. Heaven always speaks twice before acting once. Conversations will seem strange. People may act unusually vulnerable. You may dream more vividly, feel more sensitive, perceive more sharply. These are the whispers before the unveiling. Don't dismiss them. Document them. Pray over them. And stand ready. Because this moment was always coming. And you, yes, you, were built for it. You are not walking into a breakdown. You are walking into a breakthrough. The shaking will not scatter you. It will shape you. And Michael assures you, the angels are already in position. The sword is drawn. The seal is breaking. Heaven is already moving. If this message resonates, and you feel stirred to help us keep delivering messages like this, consider giving a super thanks. Even a $1.20 support goes a long way to fuel this divine work. Your encouragement means more than you know. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. I am ready for war for truth in the comments. Blessing code 888 is activating angelic reinforcements now. Michael speaks. Your silence is your defense now. Now be still. Listen. Feel the atmosphere, how it tightens, how it hums. There's a weight on your shoulders not born of fear, but of sacred instruction. Archangel Michael speaks again, and his words are both shield and sword. Your silence is your defense now. This is not the time for loud declarations. This is not the time to confront out of emotion. This is the time to fold into your spirit and let the heavens speak for you. Child of light, you must now withdraw from the noise. You must pull back from the chaos. What is coming next was not meant to be handled with your hands, but with your stillness. The battlefield is being cleared not by argument, but by angelic intervention. And the more you try to control this revelation, the more tangled the outcome becomes. Heaven is saying, step aside. Withdraw. Let the divine do what only the divine can do. Heaven is forming your answer. As the enemy tries to provoke you into premature reactions, as fear attempts to wrap its voice in logic, you must remain rooted in silence. Not the silence of defeat, no, beloved, but the silence of strategy. Divine strategy. God's voice is rarely loud, but always clear to the soul that listens. And right now, your silence activates legions of warring angels. You may want to explain. You may want to ask. You may want to pull the truth from them with shaking hands. But don't. That is not your mission. Your mission is stillness. Your mission is obedience. And your silence is louder than their lies. Your silence speaks a language they cannot understand. The language of heaven's courtroom. The angels are already testifying on your behalf. While you remain quiet, God is roaring in the spirit realm. While you rest, heaven is moving pieces. And though you cannot yet see the full picture, trust this. Your stillness is not passivity. It is power in disguise. The person who lied, the one whose love masked the truth, they are being stirred. Their spirit is trembling. And every time they try to remain silent, heaven raises your name in their conscience. Michael says, do not chase clarity, let it chase you down. You have waited long enough. You have fought long enough. Now the fight belongs to God. If you speak too soon, you may interfere with the divine process. But if you stay still, if you resist the urge to investigate or provoke, what was hidden will find its way to you, willingly, exposed, and trembling. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. This is strategy. This is trust. And this is heaven's covering over you. Let the whispers from God drown out the confessions of man. Do not chase their admission. Follow the guidance of the Holy Spirit instead. Heaven has strategies prepared. You will not be harmed. You are not walking into exposure. You are walking into exoneration. The one who light thinks they still hold control over the timing, over the confession, over your reaction. But Michael assures you, heaven has already seized the narrative. It's only a matter of time. Let God be your defender. Let silence be your sword. Let angels speak what your voice has outgrown. You are covered. You are guarded. You are being vindicated through stillness. Type "my silence is my strategy" in the comments if this resonates. Blessing code 1919 is forming a wall of divine protection around you now. You are not the same soul they once protected. You changed. You know it. Heaven knows it. Even they know it, though they may not fully understand what you've become. The version of you they tried to shield with lies is gone. Then, buried beneath trials you survived and revelations you embraced, you are not the same soul they once protected. And the lie that once seemed like love is now a leash. But you, child of fire, were never meant to be leashed. Michael stands now with wings expanded and eyes like lightning, declaring, you've evolved, spiritually, emotionally, divinely. This is not arrogance. This is ascension. You have passed through too much to still be fragile. You have walked through shadow valleys and emerged carrying light. You have cried until the tears became oil. You have broken, not to remain shattered, but to be reassembled in the image of power. The person who lied still sees you as that delicate soul, one who needed shelter, one who couldn't handle hard truths. But heaven has watched you mature. You've stopped chasing validation. You've stopped accepting half-truths. You've stopped tolerating spiritual crumbs. The cocoon has cracked. The wings have formed. And now, heaven demands you fly. Their lie was forged in fear, not faith. It was meant to delay pain, but all it did was delay purpose. Yet heaven turns all things for good. What they delayed has only made you sharper. What they feared would break you has made you blaze. You are no longer the one who needed to be protected. You are now the protector, the light bearer, the storm breaker. You are fire walking. You are thunder awakening. You are the one the enemy hoped would never wake up. But now you are wide awake. And now, every lie falls limp at your feet. You are in a season of unshackling power. Heaven says, stand up. Rise with wings they can't clip. Walk with a flame they cannot extinguish. Speak with a voice they cannot silence. This isn't revenge. This is revelation. You're not stepping over them. You're stepping into you. Every moment you spent doubting yourself is being repaid with divine confidence. Every time you held your tongue for the sake of peace is being rewarded with power. Your boundaries are no longer suggestions. They are divine lines drawn in fire. And no lie, no matter how lovingly wrapped, can cross them again. Michael says, you were made for more than emotional survival. You were made for spiritual rule. You are not a victim of this lie. You are the victor emerging from it. And those who underestimated your evolution will now witness your elevation. Let them see. Let them marvel. Let them wonder how the one they thought would shatter is now soaring with sacred strength. You were built for this. Your scars are sermons. Your silence was soil. And what is rising from you now is power they never saw coming. So rise, beloved. Rise without apology. Rise with holy fire in your lungs and heaven's roar in your spirit. This is your time. If this message is awakening something deep within, consider giving a super thanks. A $10 offering helps us reach more souls with divine clarity. Your support carries light. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am rising unstoppable in the comments. Blessing code 2222 is now flowing through your spirit. This had to happen for your next door to open. Listen closely. There are no accidents in the divine timeline. Nothing, absolutely nothing, is wasted in the orchestration of heaven's plan for your life. Archangel Michael speaks now with the voice of sacred prophecy. This had to happen. Not for punishment. Not for chaos. But for unloving. For awakening. For holy revelation. That silence you endured, that lie you sensed, that tension you could not name, it was the mechanism that turned your spiritual key. The door that now stands before you would not have opened had the lie not been spoken. This lie, wrapped in good intentions, forged in fear, was divinely permitted. Not because you deserved to be deceived, but because heaven knew how to transform deception into destiny. Michael confirms, what delayed you has not denied you. Delay is not divine rejection. It is strategic preparation. God did not withhold truth to harm you. He withheld it to protect your preparation. Because the truth, had it come sooner, would have caught you in a form that no longer represents who you are now. And now, you are standing at a spiritual threshold. And Michael announces, your name has echoed in spiritual chambers. The scrolls are opening. The time is now. The exposure of this truth is not a curse. It's a confirmation. It is proof that you are no longer bound by illusions or fragile connections. You are ready. You are able. You are bold enough to walk through this next divine door. The light taught you to listen deeper. The silence trained your spiritual reflexes. The emotional lake expanded your capacity for revelation. What once felt like confusion was actually a prophetic echo, warning you, preparing you, maturing you. But tension wasn't punishment. It was prophecy pressing into your bones. Michael whispers, your pain hath been heaven's preparation ground. God has used the shadows to shape you. He has allowed silence to deepen your discernment. And now, with your heart tender yet fortified, your eyes open yet guarded, heaven says, rise. The scroll is being read. Your name is being called. This is your moment. You will not crumble under this clarity. You will ascend through it. You will not lose yourself in the unraveling of their truth. You will find yourself in the emergence of your purpose. That lie was not your final story. It was a comma in a sentence heaven is still writing. And now, that sentence moves again. The pen of prophecy is active. The ink of divine truth is flowing. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not being corrected. You are being crowned. Heaven did not allow this revelation to wound you. It allowed it to reveal you. The version of you who tolerated shadows has died. The version of you who settled for emotional guesswork has been buried. And in its place you now stand, fierce, clear, chosen. So do not shrink. Do not mourn what is revealing itself. Stand tall. Stand open. Stand surrender. Heaven is not done. Heaven is just beginning. The person who lied will witness your transformation. The world that doubted you will see your ascension. Because what was meant to cover truth has now exposed your calling. Type I received my revelation in the comments. Blessing code 3030 is unlocking divine pathways to your destiny. Heaven awaits your yes before the clock resets. Time is sacred. And when the Spirit says before midnight, it is not metaphorical. It is spiritual code. It is heaven drawing a line in the sand and saying, this is your moment. This is your line of demarcation. Heaven awaits your yes, not your hesitancy, not your maybe, not your spiritual indecision. Your yes is the switch. Your yes is the ignition. Your yes is what separates the versions of you, the one you were, from the one you are becoming. Archangel Michael says with divine finality, say yes now, or repeat this storm again later. The lesson will not vanish until the lesson is accepted. The door will not remain open forever. The clarity you are receiving, the revelation you are being entrusted with, it comes with responsibility. Heaven is watching to see if you will align or retreat. This is not a time to analyze. This is a time to activate. You must declare it now. Speak it from your core. I was not broken. Because you weren't. You were cracked open so that power could flow out. You were wounded so the light could pour through. You were shaken to awaken. And now, heaven is waiting on your permission. Not because God needs it, but because He won't force destiny on a soul unwilling to rise. This isn't about the person who lied anymore. This is about the promise that lives inside you. The silence has served its season. The pain has run its course. Now, your fire must ignite. You must rise and declare, I am chosen. I am ready. I am sent. Those aren't just affirmations. They are spiritual keys. They unlock heavenly rooms. They commission angels. They seal spiritual contracts. Michael watches, not passively, but protectively. He holds the scroll. He watches the time. He waits for your yes. Because alignment is not just about knowing. It's about acting. It's about positioning your heart in obedience. The clock is ticking, and you are not running out of time. You are stepping into divine timing. But only if you agree. Only if you choose. You were not designed for cycles. You were made for conquest. You were not fashioned for delay. You were molded for divine dominion. And every lie that tried to shrink you, every silence that tried to silence you, it was all meant to delay a version of you heaven can no longer postpone. So now the Spirit says, do not hesitate. Declare it. Embody it. Walk in it. Say yes, and mean it. Say yes, and heaven will flood your next steps with clarity, provision, and irreversible momentum. This is your moment of spiritual acceleration. No more waiting. No more wondering. Heaven is releasing the next scroll, and it has your name written in fire. If this message is activating you deeply, and you want to help us spread more light and truth, consider supporting with a super thanks. A $1.50 gift can amplify this voice and reach more chosen ones. Your generosity builds altars of awakening. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the Support Here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I say yes to destiny in the comments. Lesson code 4040 is now unlocking heavenly assignments in your life. Right now, angels are trading your tears for justice. Heaven works in silence. Not because it is distant, but because it is sacred. There are things too holy for human interference. Right now, as you read these words, as your spirit leans in and your discernment expands, a silent exchange is taking place. Archangel Michael reveals this hidden truth. Angels are trading your tears for justice. Every weeping night, every silent prayer, every breath you've held in anguish, it was not wasted. It became currency in the throne room of God. Do you understand what that means? It means your suffering has summoned justice. Your endurance has invoked heaven's hand. This isn't just comfort. It's compensation. And while you sleep, while you rest, while you keep your silence like a crown, your name is echoing through spiritual chambers. The scrolls of justice are being unrolled. The balance of divine equity is being measured. They think nothing is shifting. They think their silence still protects them. But the spirit realm says otherwise. Michael confirms, what was withheld is being restored. Your prayers, seemingly unanswered, have actually been archived in heaven's courtroom. And now, the gavel of justice is being raised. This isn't emotional. This is judicial. This isn't about personal closure. This is about spiritual correction. You were never meant to carry the weight of confusion. You were never meant to remain in limbo. Heaven is closing the gap now, not with loud announcements, but with spiritual decrees. The very moment they thought they had control of the narrative was the moment God began writing it in fire. Understand this deeply. The lie they told didn't just bend the truth. It bent your spirit. It confused your atmosphere. It interfered with your assignment. And heaven does not tolerate prolonged obstruction of purpose. And now, a heavenly negotiation is underway. This isn't about revenge. This is about restoration. God doesn't need to strike them. He only needs to realign you. This moment is the Spirit's secret negotiation. And it's not just about you. It's generational. It's ancestral. It's divine. What heaven is correcting now will ripple through time. What is being restored is not just your peace. It is your spiritual inheritance. The cost of your silence has summoned divine exchange. Michael stands with sword drawn, overseeing the transaction. The angels are sorting records. Your name is marked with divine oil. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are favored. You are filed under divine intervention. And while they try to maintain control, God is orchestrating transfer. You are not begging for clarity. Clarity is coming to claim you. You are not searching for justice. Justice is stalking your enemies in silence. You are not alone in this. The heavens are fully engaged. You are being defended in places you've never seen, by forces you can't comprehend. So rest. Not because the war is over, but because heaven has taken over. Rest not in ignorance, but in assurance. Rest, because your name is in the hands of the Most High, and no lie, no matter how cleverly wrapped, can block what God is about to unfold. Type "Justice is mine" in the comments. Blessing Code 5050 is finalizing a spiritual exchange on your behalf right now. What they did will return, but not to destroy them. The lie they told, the truth they twisted, the silence they maintained, it will return, but not to destroy them. Heaven is not vindictive. Heaven is restorative. And Archangel Michael brings this sacred confirmation. What was done in the dark will return to the light, not to annihilate, but to realign. Divine justice doesn't merely expose. It reconstructs. It recalibrates. And now, the reversal begins. The same mouth that held back truth will one day speak it aloud. The same eyes that looked away in fear will look back in awe. The same hands that covered the wound will become witnesses of your healing. Because spiritual justice doesn't humiliate, it elevates. God balances scales with both mercy and force. The mercy protects you. The force propels you. You will receive double, yes, double, for every moment of confusion you endured in silence. Your stillness has built up an account in the Spirit. Every tear was an offering. Every withheld response was a deposit. Every time you chose grace over confrontation, heaven recorded it as righteousness. And now, your return is being issued. Michael declares, the lie delayed you, but God just accelerated you. What felt like a setback was actually heaven's slingshot. You were pulled back, only to be launched forward. They thought they were controlling the narrative, but God was constructing a miracle. And now the narrative changes. The lie that once bent your reality is now bending under the weight of God's justice. And hear this, those who lied for love will witness your rise. They will not be destroyed. They will be discipled. They will be brought face to face with what they tried to shelter you from, your strength, your authority, your calling. your clarity, your voice. They'll see that the person they feared couldn't handle the truth is now the very one releasing it into atmospheres. God is not seeking vengeance. He's commanding visibility. And now, you shall be seen, not just as a survivor, but as a sovereign, not just as one who endured, but one who ascended. Divine reversal does not merely return what was lost, it multiplies it. This isn't compensation, it's coronation, and you must walk in it. With humility, yes, with mercy, always, but also with holy confidence, because this justice has been assigned to your name. The reversal is already in motion. Doors will open that you didn't knock on. Conversations will shift. Favor will find you in rooms where your name was once denied. All of it, because heaven does not forget those who endure silently. Michael reminds you, divine justice never sleeps, and though it may appear slow, it is sure. It does not operate on man's timeline. It obeys heaven's hourglass, and the sand is almost gone. The moment is here. You were not abandoned. You were aligned. You were not discarded. You were developed. You were not lost. You were launched. If this message has lit a fire in your spirit, and you want to help this mission continue, consider giving a super thanks. Even a $5 contribution plants a seed for more prophetic revelations to reach the chosen. You are part of this movement. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type Divine Justice is here in the comments. Blessing code 6161 is now unlocking generational healing and reversal for you. You are seen. You are chosen. You are covered. Let the heavens speak one final time in this message, not to warn, not to reveal, but to affirm, to anoint, and to bless. Archangel Michael now speaks with fire in his wings and mercy in his tone, saying to you, you are seen. You are chosen. You are covered. You have not walked through this journey unnoticed. You have not wept in vain. The silence you carried has reached the ears of the Almighty. The burden you bore has not been ignored in the halls of heaven. There is something sacred about finishing well. There is something holy about completing a spiritual assignment with integrity still intact, with your faith still breathing, and your hope still rising. That is you. You have endured much. You have faced inner wars that no one saw. You had to forgive people who never apologize. You've had to release tears in silence, because speaking them aloud would have broken you open too soon. But heaven saw it all. And now, as the clock inches toward midnight, the blessing descends. You are not standing in the same place you were when this message began. The person who started reading this was still questioning, still wondering, still waiting. But the person you are now, the person receiving these final words, you are no longer just awake, you are activated. You are no longer just listening, you are aligned. You are no longer in the shadows, you are standing in sacred light. Michael's sword is drawn, and it is not pointed at the one who lied, but at every demonic force that tried to use their silence as a snare against your destiny. That sword now guards your next steps. That sword now clears your atmosphere. That sword now stands as a reminder. You are protected. Divinely. Eternally. Apologetically. This was not punishment. This was preparation. The heartbreak, the delay, the disruption, all of it was building the platform for the anointing that now rests upon your life. You are not leaving this moment the same. Heaven is marking you. Spirit is sealing you. Angels are surrounding you. And destiny is opening its arms to receive you. Do not second-guess the power you now carry. Do not minimize the journey you just survived. You are walking boldly now, not because everything is clear, but because you are no longer afraid of what's unclear. You are moving with divine audacity. You are choosing peace without explanation. You are choosing power without apology. Heaven has already cleared the path. All that remains is your footsteps. And make no mistake, you are sent. You are not simply blessed to rest. You are blessed to rise. Blessed to speak. Blessed to lead. Blessed to free others who are still caught in webs of silence and love-wrapped lies. You are heaven's response in human form. You are walking prophecy. This is your commissioning. This is your coronation. You do not need to strive for favor. Favor is now following you. You do not need to beg for love. Love is being reborn within you. And you do not need to chase validation. Your validation was signed by the hand of God before you ever breathed your first breath. So rise now, fully, without restraint, without hesitation. The time is now. Before midnight strikes in the natural, something has shifted in the spiritual. You know it. You feel it. You are not the same. And the world will soon know it too. Michael closes this transmission with one last blessing. Let every life fall powerless at your feet. Let every delay turn into acceleration. Let every silence break into divine sound. You are sealed, seen, and sent. Now rise. Type I am sealed, seen, and sent in the comments. Blessing code 7171 is now affirming and activating your divine anointing.